Hello and welcome to the Pixelated Realms Games Cast, your guide through the digital landscape, untangling the latest and greatest in video game fun. I'm your host, Tyler Salerno, and alongside me is Dustin. How are you doing?
What up? What up?
Hey, all
Just
right. Well,
chilling.
yeah, just gonna be us today. Oh, and Calcifer in the background if you see that. But yeah, we still have some fun things to talk about. I paid $20 and I've been playing Avowed this weekend, so that's cool, but not cool that I can pay money to play before everyone else. What have you been up to?
I went to Big Bear this weekend. So family fun. Watched my wife catch like 3 feet of air off of this tree stump that we turned into a
Oh
jump
my
down a
gosh.
hill. So like it was already like kind of snowed in, but like I added a bunch of snow around it and made like a ramp, and she just like fucking caught like crazy air off. I got a video of it. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, went to Big Bear, so spent time with the fam. Friday was Valentine's. Kept it pretty mellow until like this food
Yeah.
court um, by our house that has like this really good Korean spot that we like. So
Ooh.
went there without the kids. My parents watched them, and other than that, just been grinding fucking Delta Force like crazy,
Yeah, you've been
man.
playing some serious Delta Force, I've been
Yeah,
seeing.
still on the Delta Force grind. Playing Pokemon Pocket still. It I read this. So my partner, my business partner, um, he sent like this 2025 state of the games industry recap to me, and
Yeah.
he like wants us to be able to utilize it as part of like our pitch to new clients. And interesting statistic that he mentioned that I don't know. I'm still really skeptical how true this is, but it was like the average gamer only spends 6 to 7% of their time trying new games
Hmm.
of their gaming time. So like
Okay.
93% of the time they're playing games they already like are normally playing, and then the other like 6 to 7% is them trying new games. That feels really low though. It feels like a really ambiguous statistic, because when does that game that they're trying now transition into a game they're regularly playing and then now start
Right.
contributing to that other metric? Like for me, for Delta Force, I was trying Delta Force, but now I've played it like 70 hours. So does that
Right. Now
still
you're
count?
playing it.
Yeah, does that still count as me trying a new game?
And that's gonna
Or
be different for everyone too. I don't know. I kind of get it though. Like I feel like one, I know I am like an outlier. Like most people don't
you
just
and
like
Alex are
buy like
insane.
a ton of different games. Yeah, and I'll like be totally happy like buying a game and playing it for 20 hours. But a lot of people I talk to, they're like, "Yeah, I'm a huge gamer." I'm like, "Oh, what do you play?" It's like I just play FIFA. I've been playing it for like a long time though. I'm like, "That's cool. That's great." It's
Yeah.
just a different style of being a gamer.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like we've talked about this a little bit. Well, not this specifically, but tying it back to conversations we've had about games with like really great progression or like ranked systems. Like yeah, there's people that they just play League of Legends. And I was
Right.
in that
Yeah,
bucket
that's a
like
huge
years and
crowd.
years
Yeah.
ago. Like we just played League every fucking night. We played League. Like we rarely played new games. Or like when you and I were like cracked on World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I wasn't really playing other games because WoW
You're
takes all
definitely a
your gaming
gamer
time.
still. If you're playing games for 40 hours a week, you're a gamer, but like you
Yeah,
could just be
but
playing one game. I don't know. I think that's actually like for a lot of the for most people, they're only gonna pick up a few games, like less than 10
yeah.
in years of time. So
I mean, shit.
um
I
yeah.
just bought Stellar Blade like 2.5 weeks ago because it was on sale for a deal a day at Best Buy, and I had $5 off on top of it, so I got it for 35. I haven't even installed it. It's still like sitting on my counter, like waiting to get unwrapped. It's still
That's
got the
funny.
plastic on it, and like it's a game I legitimately want to play, and I know once I start it, I'll be sucked in. And maybe that's a little bit why I haven't started it yet, because it's going to be another game. My wife's like, "God damn it, you're taking up the TV every night, like playing this game while like your son has a crappy diaper or whatever." Um, so I don't know. Like I do think there's times like that where I get nervous to start something. It's the same thing with like starting a new anime, because I know I'm just gonna get cracked out and binge it. I've actually been doing a really good job though, like only watching like a few episodes and then coming back like a week later, instead of just
Yeah.
like there's 36 episodes to this. Boom, no problem. 2 days. gonna watch the whole thing.
Jeez, 2
Yeah.
days. Oh my
You
god.
know, not easy, right? 18 minutes an episode. That's like 3 an hour, like 36 episodes. Like, dude, you can crush that in 2 days. But it's taken me like, I don't know, probably like a month and a half, and I'm on the third season of Rent a Girlfriend, and I'm on like episode 25 out of 36 so far. So I've been like taking it at like a chill pace. But yeah, anyways, like Alex is the biggest crazy fucking person in terms of like new games.
I think I'm even worse than him, honestly.
Really? Like, dude, like, who was my other friend that was like this? I don't know. It was like some of my San Diego friends. I can't remember, but it was like Alex is the worst though. From like we'll say you two, but like it was like, oh, we should play this game, and by the time I would actually like commit to wanting to buy it,
He would be done.
he'd be on to the next game, and I'm just like, this is why I don't buy these things.
It's a constant
Because
problem in my life.
like you've been playing for 2 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, fine. You talked me into it. He's like, oh, like,
Yeah, that was
I'm on to
yesterday's
this
thing.
next thing. The only game he's consistently played for years is Destiny.
Yes,
And
Destiny.
I can't get into that game. I moved on. But yeah, it was just
I
a really
struggle with
interesting
Destiny.
statistic that my partner Sean talked about, because I was like, that just seems like such a low percentage, you know?
Yeah. It is interesting. I mean, it's like Call of Duty, right? Like Call of Duty has a huge crowd of people who probably buy consoles just to play Call of Duty, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just there's different styles of gamers, and
Yeah, well, they're the Rockstar executive, I don't remember who it was, but actually said like the other day that GTA 6 will create a bump in console sales because people will finally dive into this generation console just to play GTA.
Like PS5 Pro, I bet you will get like a bump in sales like that it didn't get before.
I'm still not convinced though, like it's necessary to buy the Pro. I do agree that it could, because now you're like, oh well, if I'm gonna buy one, why not just get the Pro for the extra, like, well, $200? But honestly, you can find the PS5 now, like if you're strategic about it, for like sub 400. So
Why, like eBay and Facebook Marketplace or something?
No. Like some places are having sales where you can get like the disc version for like under $400. And awesome. So you're really saving like $300 plus tax extra. So that's another 30, like almost $150. Just getting the right. So if you look at it that way, I'm like, I don't know if the Pro is really worth that extra $350. But $200 maybe. But anyways, yeah, I know that's like a huge ramble. I know we talked about what are we going to talk about today. I totally forgot about that statistic thing, but yeah.
But still, it's interesting that you got into we through the episodes we've seen you progress into liking Delta Force more. So it's funny.
I know
to see that you're super into
like,
it now.
And now like I'm even though Alex is like infinitely better at the game than me, I cannot even pretend that he's not. I've been like bragging to him because now I'm a higher rank, because like there's really no punishment in that game for losing. You just get rewarded for winning. So even if like you
lose your stuff, right?
Well, you lose your stuff, but I mean in terms of your rank. Like the rank isn't really a reflection of skill. It's more of a reflection of how much you play. Because like if you could go into a game and like instantly get shot in the face, you don't lose points. You just don't gain any. But if you go into a game and you get like 4 kills and like $1 million in loot and all that, I don't exactly know how they measure like how much it gives you,
how much point you get.
But you could go up a shit ton and like a whole sub rank in one game, and you're like, oh cool. So it doesn't punish your rank for losing, but it rewards you for winning. So yeah, like I said, it's more of a reflection of time played than actual skill. But I'm higher than Alex now, so fuck you, Alex.
Oh my gosh. Well, you've been doing that. Like I said in the intro, I have been playing Avowed. It's a pretty highly anticipated game. Obsidian Studios, for those who don't know. It is playable on Xbox Pass. If you have the Xbox Pass, you will be able to play it when it releases in like 2 days, I think, time. If you have the premium edition, you have early access now. And you can also play this on battle.net, which is just fine. Why is that a thing? I don't know. I just like it's so confusing to me now, like what Blizzard and Activision Blizzard are. Either way, if you want it there, you can get it. So because I'm a fiend for buying new video games, I bought it on Friday, or the $20 upgrade that allowed me to get it early access.
When's it officially
And
launch?
it's like a day, I can tell you. Let me see here. 1 day and 13 hours. Yeah. So there's a few things. This was, pretty anticipated, pretty hyped up. We've talked about it a few times on the podcast. So I was pretty excited to jump in here. It takes place in the Pillars of Eternity universe, and that is a CRPG. If you don't know, CRPGs are like Baldur's Gate and Planescape. It's a CRPG that was like crowdfunded almost entirely, I believe, and really, 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 really well done. And it basically takes place in this whole already developed universe. You jump in, and instead of now being the CRPG experience, you have a first-person RPG experience, more
Wait, what's a
akin to like
computer role
Skyrim.
playing game? I don't understand.
It's it usually takes the form of like you control like 4 to 6 different party members, and you have like control over their attribute. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like Baldur's Gate, the Infinity Engine
Well,
created the
but
CRPG.
why isn't it just, what's the computer really define? Is it like just that you
It's
control
just called
multiple
a CRPG.
characters?
I don't know why the C stands for computer.
Huh.
Is that really what it stands for? Because I had
Yeah,
no idea.
according to Google, it says computer role playing game, a type of video game where players control characters in a fantasy or medieval world. CRPGs are similar to tabletop role playing games and often use the same terminology and mechanics. But yeah, why computer? Like, I
It's
don't understand.
what it's a computerized version of a role playing game, I think is what it's trying to intend.
Oh, that would make sense. Like, it's like
Right?
a,
Baldur's Gate was literally like second edition Dungeons and Dragons input into a computer,
so it's like board game turned digitally, so it's a
Yeah.
computer version of like a. Okay, I can get on board with that. I don't know
But
if that's true, but it
nowadays,
makes
like
sense.
Baldur's Gate 3, we don't really call Baldur's Gate 3 a CRPG, even though it absolutely is. It's just kind of now like an RPG, but it's fine. It's a small distinction. But yeah, so jumping into the game.
Oh, hold on. I just seen this. Okay, so according to Hacker News, and this also seems sketch. Back then, certainly in the 80s, RPG was defined tabletop RPG. Hence,
Yeah,
CRPG was
TTRPG.
made to specifically differentiate it from what people. Because if you would just, oh, I played an RPG, they instantly would think that you're playing like a Dungeons and Dragons or some tabletop.
I see.
So, there we go. You were right.
All right. But yeah, this game is a first-person game, so you kind of more or less feel like you're in a Skyrim RPG environment where you're accepting quests, you're roaming around an a free, open world, and so far it honestly feels pretty decent. There's a lot of familiarity if you ever played the Pillars of Eternity franchise. Like all of the spells, like are the same. Like they say the same thing, they do the same thing. There's a lot of like familiar races, and like words and organizations. So it kind of feels cool. Like I'm not stepping into some like completely new place, but it also doesn't like make it impossible to understand. It's fairly easy to jump in.
Yeah.
But it's been a pretty smooth experience so far. I've been playing on the hard difficulty. It has, been hard, fairly.
I've
And
chosen
I've
this
been
path,
mostly
and it's
focusing.
difficult.
I I was like honestly multiple times I've been like maybe I should tone it down. But you basically choose your weapon. You have a variety of weapons. And I ended up going like I started like trying to be like a archer, and then I ended up shifting more towards magic because the magic is really cool. You can equip a wand, and that gives you the ability to like just do some like basically just like spell damage. You just like hit them, but then you can have a tome in your right hand, and when you like hit right click or whatever on the controller, it gives you access to a variety of spells. So like you can not only have like some spells you've learned yourself, but you now have this grimoire that has spells in it too. So now you're casting like all these different spells, and you have the wand, and you're just like you're death. But as it goes in most games, you're also like totally fragile. So if anyone like
Hey,
whacks me one time, I go
so
down.
can you change your difficulty in real time, or do you have to start a new campaign?
I haven't checked yet, but I don't imagine it would stop me from changing the difficulty down.
Yeah, I always like that because, like, if I'm playing like Spider-Man, I don't think I can change the difficulty like mid-campaign. I think I have to like start a new one. I don't know for sure. I could be wrong, but I
A lot
loved,
of games allow it, but certain games definitely don't. I mean,
yeah, I loved in
just
Near
depends.
Automata. That was the first game that I could remember playing where you could in real time like go and change the difficulty, which was dope because I remember specifically I was fighting this fucking boss and I did not get enough like healing whatever materials going into it, and I just could not beat it. And I was like, I'm fucking like it was literally like, I'm stuck. Like the
Yeah.
game is just over right here. I'm gonna have to start over. And but I was able to scale it down and then beat it. And then as soon as I beat it, I just flipped it back up. I was like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna do that shit again. So anyways,
Man, I've had
sorry.
that happen to me so many times. Like, or I'm like, oh man, I got myself into a terrible situation.
Yeah,
Now I
dude,
can't beat this boss.
I
Like,
tried it like a bunch of times and I was like literally like I don't think I can beat this with the gear I brought in. Because like the new life would literally start as the boss fight starts. So you can't even like retreat out and like re-gear and come back. It was like, no, like you're like, this is where you live and die. Like, so
so like, yeah, I'm excited to keep playing Avowed. I'll try to like get some footage for everyone and stream some bits because it's shaping up to be like a true RPG. It feels, like an RPG. It feels like I have a developing character. I'm excited to see like what are the unique like items and powers that I get coming down the line.
is it
And
turn-based?
no, it's like real time, think Skyrim-esque combat.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
I know you love
but
turn-based and I hate it, so
I do love turn-based. I would be happy if it was turn-based, but it's definitely not that kind of game. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's companions too. So you get up to 2 companions, and they have like powers as well. So you get a little team, and yeah, you kind of run around and you do the questing and helping people or hurting people, depending on whether you're good or evil. And I hope it keeps going and develops and grows. I'm only at the beginning right now, so it's too early to tell.
Have they talked about how long like the campaign is?
I haven't seen any. I've only seen people say that once you beat the campaign, you can't go back and beat side quests. So I'm making sure to do all my side quests.
Oh shit. So
Yeah,
what are you
that's
hoping for?
that's.
50 plus hours, 30? Like what's your sweet
I'm
spot?
expecting like a 30 to maybe 40, but that would surprise me honestly.
Yeah, I mean if you're doing the side quests, then like it's gonna take a little bit longer. Um
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this. I'm sure we have actually. For me, like sweet spot for like a single player experience is like 25 max 30 hours. Like that's like perfect for me with where I'm at with gaming. Like that's why the Spider-Man games are like fucking like just amazing to me. Like they're the perfect length. And some people can grind them out in like, I'm sure 10 hours, but I like to do a lot of the quests too. And so yeah, I think it took me Spider-Man 2 was like 25 hours. So yeah, it's perfect.
It honestly depends on how much I'm enjoying the game. Like Final Fantasy games, like I'm fine with like 60 to 100 hours, but like if I'm playing like a Call of Duty campaign, like after 10 hours, I'm probably just giving up because it's so
Yeah.
much like of the same and not as much about like developing my characters, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, I wanted to not Call of Duty, but like long single player campaigns. Um, I've seen some media talking about that they've played um, the next Elden Ring expansion,
Oh,
Night Rain, I think it's
Night
called.
Rain. Yeah.
And like, I don't have any interest. Like, I played Elden Ring,
Why
I
not?
played Erd Tree. I don't know. I just feel like I've gotten my Elden Ring fix. I played it a lot. It was really fun. I just feel like I don't need to go back and play it more. I don't know.
Yeah, you put in your time and you're
Yeah, I probably put like a solid 60 to 80 hours in the Elden Ring, you know? Which is a long time. Like when I was just, for me just to say like
yeah,
25 hours is like my sweet
yeah.
spot, and like, yeah, like it's a great game. Like I loved it. It's fun. But I don't know. I've, I've moved on, you know?
Yeah, that's
uh,
fair.
so I'm sure I'm in the huge minority there on that because I'm sure a lot of people are super excited to keep jumping to the next thing. And it's kind of like that anime that you love and then it goes on break and you're like, fuck, it's going to be like 2 years. Like that's happening to me right now because I just finished the first part of 100 Year Quest for Fairy Tale. So that hit episode 25 and then now there's like a break and that'll probably be like a year at least before we see more for that. And then same thing like ReZero season 3 is kicking off next month, but then it's going to be like another like 2 years. And then same thing with Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's gonna be the same thing. Like season 4 will come out this year, and then it's gonna be like 2 years. I'm really trying to debate internally. Like, do I want to start animes that are like not done, or do I want to just watch ones that are like the complete story and then wait for these other ones to I don't even know anybody
I mean,
watching anime when fucking those next seasons come out, like in 2027 or whatever.
yeah,
I hope
I
so, but
mean, it kind of depends. Yeah, if you like that week to week experience, but like if you don't, then you should just wait because it's gonna torture you.
I wouldn't mind week to week. It's just like when that season ends and it's like, okay, cool, like we don't know when the next ones will come out.
Yeah,
And then it's like the manga's not even done, like for these, and then you're like, oh god, it's only on like
pick a
arc
beat
8.
mystery amount of time. Yeah,
Yeah, like Wano for One Piece took 4 years to finish that one arc, I mean, it's a huge arc,
I mean it's a
but
really big arc. Yeah.
but it's fucking 4 years. So like
Speaking
right
of which,
now,
tangent, we're on Fishman Island with Katie right now, and it's just not that amazing. Like it's just even
wait, are
worse
you
than I
watching the
remembered.
redone ones right now?
No, they're not. Is it out? The redone one?
So
We're talking about One Piece now, yeah.
yeah. So One Piece is on break.
Yeah,
And
I
like
know that.
while it's on break, they were like going to basically release like updated Fishman Island arc stuff. And I don't
I haven't
exactly
seen it
know
yet.
what that
No.
looks like, but yeah,
It's
I know
still
that
bad looking.
there's supposed to be like something that they're doing with Fishman Island during the break that they're showing as like new content. Um actually shit, it's been on break for like what, like 3 months now probably, so it's got like 3 more months, like halfway
It'll be
through
a
the One
while.
Piece break. But yeah, they're like, oh, we're like entering the final arc for One Piece, and I'm like, shit, okay, 2030, we'll maybe wrap it up.
Yeah. The
Like,
final arc is like gonna be a 10-year experience. It's like
as my
Star
son
Wars saying,
enters middle school and he's in
yeah,
kindergarten right now, I will finish One Piece. So
that's a
it's
fair
pretty
point.
wild.
That's a fair point.
But anyways,
All
what questions did
right.
we get this
Well,
week?
I was about to say, should we dive into some questions here? We actually have some great questions today. Thanks everyone for writing in. If you want to write in and we can answer and talk about your question, you can do that at pixelatedrealms.com/ask, or is it pixelatedrealms.org? Why can't I remember that? It's
I
pixelatedrealms.org
have no idea. I did sign up for the
slash ask.
Patreon finally, so I did
Wow,
that.
guys, if Dustin can do it, then there's no excuse now.
I know
Literally no
if
excuse.
like a co-host of the show can take the time to actually follow the show on Patreon, then so can you.
Unbelievable. Great. Well, let's get into some of these questions. Alrighty. It says, "Sup, dudes? I just got a little bit of bonus money and was thinking of getting my first 4K TV for PS5.
Wait,
Any
who is this
thoughts on
from?
what's the good ones nowadays? Thoughts on OLED for gaming? Thanks, Ed." Hey,
Ed.
Ed, how's it going? Thanks for writing in, and great question.
Tried and true, baby boo. LG all the way.
Yeah, big fan of LG over here.
LG is just like the primetime OLED. It's like well known.
Okay, so the thing about OLED, right, is the blacks are like, for lack of a better term, very black. Like there's no backlighting right on the OLED because it's
The
true
darkest of
LEDs.
darks.
The darkest of
True as the
darks.
night.
But it's still known to have like burn in, right? So if you like keep something on that screen for like hundreds of hours, or a long time, like you have the potential to like get that screen burn.
Yeah, don't
So
leave your
I don't know.
PlayStation on.
I've also heard like feedback that OLEDs are amazing, but like with the contrast of like the way like the colors mix nowadays, that like sometimes they just want the backlighting. So I'll be honest, I'd say go for the OLED. I also have a 4K, but it's not OLED for my gaming TV, and it is wonderful. But if you can get an OLED, man, I think that's a great option. What do you say, Dustin?
Like I said, I think LG is like considered by most to be like the best OLED TVs out there. I'd stay away from Samsung. Samsung TVs like kind of garbage. Like Samsung makes like great phones, but all the other shit sucks. like they're not like they are TV manufacturers, but they're not. Like
Well, what don't they manufacture? Like,
yeah,
honestly.
exactly. Like they probably make fucking vacuums and everything. Like I don't know. But like now, like don't get a Samsung TV, get an LG, or like I'm looking at this ratings.com. I don't fucking know what this shit is. They're
Very
saying
credible.
that the Sony makes a really like that's the best one that they said they've tested.
Oh well.
So maybe check out Sony. But the good thing for you, Ed, is that TVs are mad fucking cheap, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's the only thing that I can think of that hasn't been impacted by inflation. Like TVs just keep getting cheaper while everything else goes up.
It's super true, yeah.
Like right here, LG OLED 4K at Best Buy on sale right now, $600 for a 48 inch. I don't know how big your room is, but 48 inch is not terrible.
48 inch, yeah.
65 inch LG OLED 4K right here on sale Best Buy for $1,500. It's at 55 inch for $1,200 on sale right now. Normally $1,500. You can get like Dick Nasty Crazy LG OLED Evo 4K 97 inch Class M3 series wireless connectivity. $20,000.
Oh my god, $20,000!
It's on sale. It was $25,000. That's a fucking deal. Okay?
That better be the sickest TV ever.
I mean, it's 97 inches. Okay, like that goes like
97.
It's into your living room.
Excessively large. Like that is excessively like I work in the audiovisual world and we cap out at like 85 because after that it's like hard to lift.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, balls deep into your living room was 97 inches. Well, yeah, TVs are great, man. Got a Costco membership? Go there too.
Hell yeah, Costco.
Or Sam's Club, either one. Like get crazy good deals on TVs. Yeah, bro. LG though.
Cool. Love it. Great question. Thanks for writing in. All right. Next question is from our new friend Eric. Yo, I was thinking lately of doing some more couch gaming or mobile gaming so my girlfriend isn't mad. I'm just living in the basement. Shout outs to living in the basement. The Switch isn't really my thing, but I think Alex mentioned having the PS Portal. Let's see. Oh, it's so weird. How do you like it? Does it completely replicate gaming on the PS5 on a TV? Are there games you just wouldn't do on the PS Portal? Like, say, online shooters or competitive games, I want to get one, but if it's just for casual stuff like Astrobot, then I may just pass. Anyone have a Steam Deck? Probably be considering that too. Peace, brothers. Well, thank you for writing in, Eric. I really appreciate that. Alrighty.
Eric, you should just get a pair of AR glasses instead of going to a Steam Deck or a Switch or whatever, or mobile.
What are you talking about?
Bro, you can get X-Rail glasses. Okay, I've tried these at GDC last year. They're fucking insane.
The ones that have like they're like glasses, but they have like lenses, so you can like lay down and play video games.
They look like sunglasses, but they project like a 75-inch screen through the glasses. So basically, you could be laying on your couch with your PlayStation on, like with the controller in your hand, chilling with your honey, and inside your glasses, it looks like you're playing PlayStation on a huge projector on your wall. So she can't be like, "You're in the basement." Like, no, honey, I'm right here with you,
I'm right here,
but
but
I'm
you
playing
have the
PlayStation
75
5.
inches.
Yeah, you got a 75-inch fucking TV in your glasses, and the quality is insane. I swear to God, dude, I'm not even joking. Like, the quality is insane. I tried it, and I was like, I need a pair of these. Problem is, they're like $300. There's a pair. The cheapest pair's on Amazon for $197. The X Real Pro or whatever is $300, I think. So it's the same cost almost as getting like a Switch, or that's still cheaper than Steam Deck.
And
But
that's just the display. Okay, well here's the thing.
it's
So
sick though, bro.
we'll when Alex comes back, we'll ask him about the PS Portal because neither of us own that one. Although as far as I've heard, it plays really really well and it does play very true to like playing PlayStation at home. It also, I believe, works like anywhere, which is like a pretty big deal. I would say works. Or see, or am I? No, I'm sorry. Is it the reverse? Is the PS Portal the one that doesn't work anywhere? See, this is why we need Alex. But what I can speak to is the Steam Deck because I have been using a Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is phenomenal. If you have a big Steam
Huge waste of
library,
money.
if it is not a waste of money. If you have an existing Steam library, there's probably no better thing you can get to utilize it in handheld mode than the Steam Deck. If you have libraries and other things, like if you don't have a Steam library and you're not into like modding a handheld computer, right? It might not be for you. For me, it's like it's like holding it's not like it is literally just a PC in your hand with a Steam OS. So if that sounds appealing to you, and it can be to a lot of people, then the Steam Deck's great. If you would rather have something that's simple and you like the PlayStation ecosystem, then the PS Portal is probably a pretty good choice as well.
I just feel like if I want to play Steam, I'm going to play on my computer. Like, I don't want to play computer games on mobile. I
But
want to
there's
play
every
at
game
my.
on Steam.
I'm just saying, if I want to play Delta Force, I want to play at my desk with my keyboard and mouse. I don't want to play. Like, also, I don't like playing with a controller. Like, most of the games I play on PC, I do not like, I wouldn't want to play with a controller. I like to play single player games like on my PlayStation with a controller. I like to play like FPS, shit like that on my computer with my mouse and keyboard. So like the idea of me playing like most of the games that are in my Steam library with the Steam Deck just doesn't sound appealing at all to me personally.
Honestly, it plays really well. The Steam Deck plays really, really well. There's a lot of games that I don't like even want to play on PC that like okay, just imagine you're playing like I don't know,
Hollow Knight.
like what was that?
It sounded like play like Hollow Knight. I can see Hollow Knight being fun
Yeah,
on
like
Steam Deck.
exactly, like Hollow Knight or like I'm just trying to think of like turn-based games work really well. If you're playing like an older classic game, play like Final Fantasy 1 or no, well, anything like that. There's a lot of uses for it. I just wouldn't play like really intense GPU games, right? So something that takes like a ton of processing power, it's going to drain the battery really quickly. But that's part of where I think the PlayStation Portal comes into play is because it's actually using your PlayStation, right? Like your PlayStation, when you're using that portal, is on and working and just streaming using its power to your handheld device. The Steam Deck itself is what is playing. It is the computer,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a waste. Because like it's the same thing. Like I'll just buy Hollow Knight on fucking PC or on PlayStation or on console, whatever. Like I don't even know if it
Yeah,
is
but
on console.
but that's the thing is I don't want to have to buy it again and might as well just play it. If basically for me it's like having sometimes I'm like playing the Switch and I'm like, okay, this is really convenient. I wish I could play all my games like this. Boom, you have a Steam Deck.
Yeah, I guess that's like where it comes from me. Like again, let me like say this. Like I've said this many times on this podcast. I do not like to play mobile gaming. I play Pokemon Pocket and Pokemon Go because I'm a Pokemon nerd. But other than that, I do not mobile game really. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to use my phone as a gaming system. I don't own a Switch, even though I've talked about wanting to buy one for years. So I am not the target demographic for a Steam Deck. does have zero interest for me. But also, with that being said, I'm very strategic about how I buy my games. I would not buy a game like Hollow Knight on PC because I wouldn't want to play that experience on my
All right.
computer. I would go buy that on console. So, my Steam, but obviously that is impacting if like you're someone who always buys the Humble bundles and shit like that. You're getting a lot
Yeah,
of
I have like
indies,
thousands of games on my Steam library. Well,
you
not
know.
thousands, but like
So
1,000 games in my Steam
yeah,
library.
if you're just filling up the fucking Steam library with like Humble bundles and like free to plays and things like that, you aren't
Poor
available
Humble
on
Bundle
PC
suck.
or aren't available on console, then maybe, but still, bro, fucking extra glasses. Trust me, bro.
I forgot. Yeah. But as far as mobile gaming goes, as silly as it sounds, a lot of my favorite mobile games are just classic games they ported to mobile. So like Final Fantasy Tactics, most of the Final Fantasies, Knights of the Old Republic. Like there's like some old Mega Mans. There's a lot of ones that there's a lot of great like classic games you can get on the PC that I would recommend. Balatro, that's like a recent one that's fantastic, and then now it's on mobile. So always looking out for more.
I'm gonna
But
find
yeah,
out who
great
does the
question.
PR for Extra and ask them to send me a pair. And I'll review it for the channel because
That'd be wonderful.
I'm already standing for it, so why not, right?
I like that. Well, thank you for writing in, Eric. We really appreciate it. All right. Last question for today. It's related. It says, let's hear your favorite recommended mobile games. Oh my gosh. Write in from KT. I don't know who that is. Who could that be? So we kind of
Pokemon
just
Pocket.
talked about that. But I would say my recommended mobile games, I mean, right now it definitely is Pokemon Pocket, as she well knows. It's just a fantastically
over here
done
got
game.
a God Pack, and so did his honey. So
I got a God
you're the
Pack.
only two people in the group to get God Packs, and like
I was so surprised.
that,
I
your
was just like,
household is.
I like uncover the first one and it's a shiny, and then I'm like, the next one's a shiny, and you're like, oh man, I think I got a God Pack. This is crazy.
I opened the pack the other day. The very first one was like the Palika like immersion card, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, did I get one? Did I finally like click it? The next one, it's like a goddamn Piplup. I'm like, fuck.
But like Pokemon Go, of course. But like I was just saying with Eric's question, a lot of my favorite ones really are just like classic games. Knights of the Old Republic plays really well on the phone, surprisingly. Chrono Trigger plays really well on the phone.
And those aren't emulators, right, or anything like that. Those are
No,
like
they're
games that
just like
launched as
they're
mobile
just
games.
no, they just made ported versions and launched them themselves for money. They're not
Okay.
emulators.
Well, yeah. I guess my question I was going with that was like, is it a true mobile game, or is it like a game?
It is a game
that,
ported to mobile. Yeah.
Yeah. And should there be a differentiation there between like, was it made for mobile or is it made for console, PC, and then ported? Because like
Though,
Pocket is like a made for mobile game, right?
I will say one thing. If you want a really, really good mobile game that's also on every, like on computer and other platforms, chess.com. It's a fantastic chess app, and it'll teach you how to play chess. Highly recommend it. I've been playing that a lot lately.
I'll go with the same theme, and I'd say Hearthstone. It plays fantastic on mobile. It's still a really great experience. I haven't played Hearthstone in years because it's just way too pay to win for me. I'm not gonna buy like a $60 in packs just to get like 2 legendaries potentially. So yeah, the card system and Hearthstone sucks, but but the game is built beautifully on mobile.
It's a very beautiful game. Like the UI is probably one of my favorite UIs like ever. It's just so fun to click, and like everything feels so like physical. It's really nice.
I love like I don't even know. It's like carnival-ish like sounds like when you start Hearthstone and that. I don't know if it's carnival, but kind of carnival-esque. Yeah, I love this. The audio in Hearthstone is amazing. From like the tavern music. you know, like the tavern
Yeah.
music and that. So yeah, they did
It
a
was
really
really
great
fun
job with
when
it.
at all the BlizzCons I went to, they would have like Hearthstone like taverns or taverns of
Mhm.
different themes like set up all over the place. And they'd be like giving out like pins and stuff. It was really awesome.
Yeah, even though I don't like fuck with too much Blizzard stuff right now, um, I've always really enjoyed going to BlizzCon. It's a lot of fun. Not for the whole 2 days. I usually just go for
No, you
one.
really just one solid day. Yeah.
Yeah, like one. It depends. Like if you're really
Unless
into
you're
the
watching something.
esports, yeah, if you're into
Yeah.
the esports, then the second day is great because that's when Blizzard hosts all their finals. You
Oh,
know,
I would just sit there and watch like StarCraft 2 finals, and then I'd go to watch Hearthstone, then we go to watch Warcraft. Like you could just do it like all really quickly.
yeah,
And
like the
it
literally the
was yeah,
second
it
day,
was
it's
great.
just like
Yeah.
Overwatch World Cup, um, fucking Arena, like World of Warcraft finals,
Yeah.
like
Honestly, it feels really cool when you're there because it's just like you're like, damn, this is a big deal. You know, when you're sitting there and I'm playing StarCraft, it doesn't feel like a big deal. But these guys are like fucking killing it,
yeah,
like doing 150 actions per second, like or minute, like.
yeah. Now
So
it's cool. Like the first day was always like go play all the games, try out like
yeah,
the new expansion or character or whatever. Go to the community night thing where they had like the cosplay contest and like the live performances. It was always super fun. Get your merch.
go
Then
get
I'd
your
usually never
lunch at
come
the
back.
food trucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like the second day, yeah, come back and do the esports grind and try to talk up the Blizzard recruiter. That was always one really cool thing too.
There
Even
was
though
a
I
booth,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, I never
Yeah.
took advantage of it. But yeah, they have like a booth like come work for Blizzard. You could actually go talk to like people from the talent acquisition team, which I always thought was really neat.
Smart. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for writing in. If you
Did
want to
Ralph
write
not
in,
write a question in?
no, it's the first time in a long time. I hope he's. Oh no! Wait! I didn't. I skipped Ralph because I skipped him. I'm sorry, Ralph. I was like, that would be the first
Ralph.
time ever. All right, Ralph did write in a question. All right, who is the funniest video game character? Ralph's pick is Claptrap.
What
That's
the
a
hell
good
is
pick
Claptrap?
from
Oh,
Borderlands.
I don't play Borderlands.
Oh my God, you don't even what
Randy
the
Pitchford's a fucking asshole.
funniest
So,
video game character. My
um,
God. That is really challenging. It could be either purposely or non-purposely, just whatever makes you laugh the most, I would say.
what do you mean funny? Like clown funny? You think I'm funny? Like,
You think I'm funny? But no. Well, what part of that was funny? Oh my gosh. I'm like kind of thrown off.
all right, let's Google it. Funniest video game characters. Let's see what other people are saying. Funniest
I'm
video
gonna
game
have to go with
characters.
HK-47 from Knights of the. I'm talking about Knights of the Old Republic a lot, but HK-47 from
That
Knights of
is
the Old
on here.
Republic.
It is on this list that I'm looking at.
All right.
I don't
All
even
right.
know most of these people. GLaDOS from Portal, Duke Nukem, Greg the Grim Reaper, Dorian Pavis. I don't know who that is.
Greg.
Tawaka, Harrier Du Bois. I don't know who that is. Captain Quark.
Captain
Papyrus.
Quark. Oh my gosh, from Ratchet and Clank.
Claptrap is
He's
on
actually
here.
pretty funny. Yeah, he's pretty funny from Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. So like
Honestly,
again,
you know who else is a really funny character is Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day. He's a very funny character.
all right, let's see here. The Gamers top 10 list of funniest video game characters. Sergeant Cortez from the Time
From Time
Splitters
Splitters.
series. Sans from Undertale is 9. Deadpool is 8. Claptrap is
Deadpool
7.
doesn't count.
Yeah. GLaDOS is 6. I do love the song from Portal 2. I listen to it all the time. Johnny Cage. Duke Nukem is 4.
Okay.
The Protagonist
Duke Nukem.
from Saints Row is 3.
Wow.
The Great Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
See, I knew Conker's Bad Fur Day was going to get in there somehow.
And then number 1 is Handsome Jack from Borderlands.
He's the funniest. Yeah, Borderlands 3, right? Or 2.
That says 2, yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I guess, like, I was thinking, like, Toad, maybe, but I don't even know. Like,
funny?
That's
So
the thing.
funny.
Like I don't know if they're like funny because they're quirky, funny because they're like saying jokes, like
I guess there's like characters that just make me laugh because they're so ridiculous, like in animes too. Like,
yeah.
oh. Okay, well, it's a good question. I think I need to think about it more. But yeah, thank you everyone for writing in. We appreciate it. So we're gonna move on to our grand topic, and just our final topic of the evening before my headphones die because they keep screaming at me. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Dice Awards. Those took place. When did those take place?
This week.
This week. Oh, it was recent. So we have a full list of awards here. We didn't cover it because we've been busy. But there's really like not a whole lot of surprises. So we figured we just kind of talk about some things that stood out and see what we can come up with from there. So Astrobots was a big winner. That's not a big surprise. I've actually been playing Astrobots because Alex gave me his copy, and it's just so freaking clean and precise and wonderful. And I think it definitely deserves some awards here. So it seemed to have won outstanding achievement in animation. It won outstanding technical achievement. It won family game of the year. It won scrolling. It won outstanding achievement in game design, and it won game of the year at the Dice Awards. So, how many was that? 1, 2,
I know Astrobot won at least 3.
3, 4, 5. That's 5 awards. Wow, that is huge. Very, very well earned. If you have been following us, you know that they won game of the year at the Game Awards, the Game Awards. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal because this game like really is all about PlayStation and the PlayStation platform and physical hardware and the IPs of PlayStation and Sony. So it's kind of like a big deal, I think, for Sony to be receiving these awards with or for Astrobots. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's really I want to say surprising. I think when they won in December, TJ is early December. I think people were kind of surprised, but like if you really think about it, we've talked about this after Astrobot 1, but like they just do such a good job of utilizing the PlayStation controller where like you're fucking blowing on it, you're like swiping the pad, like the rumble. I mean, even like the triggers, like if you do certain things, like the trigger gets harder to push down, for different things. Like it is leveraging. Yeah, it leverages every fucking bit of potential tech available in that controller to make the gameplay experience like insane, you know. And I think it just like sets it apart at such a crazy level because of that. So when you really think about that, and then you're like, whoa, okay, I guess it kind of does make sense. But then that's like, is it also like a cheat code because it's Sony's game? And so they know the ins and outs of that controller better than anybody? Shit, did you freeze? I think Tyler froze. So, anyways, chat. Yeah, I don't. At first, I was surprised, but the more I think about it with Astrobot, I'm not. I don't know. I think the Dice Awards. Shit. All right. I don't know if we're still recording. Alex or Tyler left. I think we're recording. It says recording still. So we don't have a producer in here technically, so I don't have a fucking clue what's going on. Maybe it's still working. Maybe it's not. We'll see. LOL. But yeah, I don't think there was any big surprises out of the Dice Awards. Balatro won multiple. Helldivers won Best Online. Hey, I think it kept recording the whole time.
All right.
I was
Did
like,
it?
it's kept saying record at the top, so I think so.
All right.
We'll
You were
see what
vamping for me?
happens. we'll see what happens when it pops on. But no, what I was saying was like there was just no big surprise, right, at the DICE Awards. Like
Yeah.
Balatro obviously won Indian Mobile, Helldivers won Best Online, Astrobot cleaned up where it was supposed to. So like yeah, looking at those awards, I don't remember what game won Best Sports Game. I think MLB The Show did win TGA's though, and it won here. I feel like Forza always wins Best Racing Game. I think it won also.
No, it won F1, won best racing game.
Did it win at TGA's too? I don't know.
Oh, at TGA's, I don't.
I can't remember.
I don't think so. That would have been. Helldivers though taking away a couple wins is big to me. I think Helldivers really deserved it. Like that game is just really good, and it's unique enough to me that it deserves like some recognition.
Yeah, for sure. And then like what RPG I think went to, or maybe it was Adventure. Went to Metaphor, which is not a surprise.
Yes, role-playing game of the year went to Metaphor Fantasio. I mean, honestly, as someone who played 100 hours and beat that game, it also is deserving. It's a very, very good game. Very solid.
Yeah, you go down that list of winners, and you're like, yep, makes sense. Yep,
Yeah,
makes sense. Yep, makes sense. And like I said, like even Astrobot, like now makes a ton of sense on why it's been cleaning up. But we'll see if Black Myth Wukong Studio comes out and sheds some tears after this loss.
Things,
also,
yeah.
I don't even know why I went to Vegas. Such a waste
losers.
of my time.
It's like absolute sore losers.
Yeah.
But
although I don't actually mind them crying after losing because, they were, it's a bummer. They wanted to win. Just this passion coming out. Although there's if you're under 12, turn off this shit right now. But there's a really funny meme I seen where the guy like texts his girlfriend and he's like, I want to eat some. This is really vulgar. Seriously, people, if you're young,
YouTube's gonna ban us.
But it's like if I want some pea juice running down my face. He texts his girlfriend that, and his girlfriend texts him back, then you better start crying.
Oh my god.
Calling him a pussy.
So bad.
I was like, oh, dude, that's so funny, dude. That's fucking hilarious. So it just made me think of it because, the Wukong team was crying at TGA. But, again, like I actually don't hate the fact that they did that because it's just passion.
I mean, yeah.
So
it's up.
But anyways, we'll see if their douchey studio head wants to come out and cry about this loss also. So.
All right. Well, I think we're going to just wrap it up there then. Our little chat about DICE Awards. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll welcome Alex back real soon. Please, as Alex always never forgets to say, go ahead and go to our Patreon page and follow or subscribe or whatever it's called on Patreon. It is absolutely free. We try our best to update Patreon with the latest and greatest news. Please also follow, subscribe, all of those YouTube-y things, all of those things on Spotify and all the other platforms. We really appreciate it, and we're hoping to help this channel grow as much as possible. If you made it this far, we definitely congratulate you, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, later, dudes.